Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to talk about myself and Metamorphosis Media and what's been going on. So, today is the solstice. It's the 21st of December. I'm actually recording this Sunday, a couple of days prior. But for the last few years, on the solstice and the equinox, I do a sort of seasonal shift. It's not quite a full transition, but I change my aesthetic, I've changed my pronouns, I've changed my name on these occasions. So if you've been watching my videos regularly, you may have noticed some subtle changes in the last few days, the big one being the facial hair. I'll get into that. But just want to explain the why first. I was male assigned at birth, and I first transitioned when I was 31, which was 16 years ago. I knew from a young age that I was not a guy, I wasn't a boy, that sort of thing. And at the time, I was born in the mid 70s. At the time, that was both scary and very, very sort of one track binary. If you're not this, then you're this. So I transitioned, I changed my name to a feminine name. I was presenting and living as a woman as best I could for years. And that felt better. That cured a lot of the dysphoria and major depression I suffered in my early 20s. And it was healthy and helpful, but it also wasn't 100% accurate. And then society shifted, things sort of opened up, and people started talking about this stuff more. And I came to identify as genderqueer. Gender fluid is probably the best term at this point because my gender does shift. I sort of piecemeal build my presentation, build my identity, build my aesthetic using things that work or don't work, that sort of thing. The reason for the seasonal shifts is I've never found anything that, okay, this is who I am, this feels comfortable. I can find something that feels comfortable for now, but it gets old quickly. I am constantly shifting, constantly changing. And by limiting it to a seasonal shift, it would be more of an event, more meaningful, and be a little bit more deliberate rather than I'm sick of my hair, I'm shaving my head at 2 o'clock in the morning. I've done that, and that's not always great. So I am doing seasonal shifts at this point. A lot of what I do is sort of recycled from previous things. I've tried a lot of different looks, different elements, and now I sort of just grab piecemeal what works. If you watch the earlier Metamorphosis media stuff, that was released in the summer. I was wearing muscle shirts and bandanas. I actually have a muscle shirt on now. And that was the look. I had the silver hoop earrings in, and I believe I had my septum ring in. I may have taken it out for the summer. I frankly don't recall. I have to go back and look at the videos. The very early Metamorphosis media videos, I was wearing green framed glasses. Those are my prescription glasses. These are readers, and I have contacts in. When I first started this, I did not have contacts. So that was something that I wanted to get back into. I first got contacts 7 or 8 years ago, but I just was out. So that's what the green framed glasses were. For the fall, I was wearing this bracelet on my right wrist. I had these earrings in. You've probably seen them a million times. And I wore this, I don't know if I can get that to focus, this pendant for the season. That is a death tarot card signifying change and mutability. So I wore that from, was that September 21st until I took it off an hour ago. And the only time I did take that off during the fall season was I did a sleep study a couple of weeks ago. And so I slept with it off because it was interfering with the monitor I had taped to my chest. So, yeah. So there is some jewelry changing. I have stretched my septum ring. This is a thicker gauge than I had worn previously. Usually I had a clicker in. And I'm going to be getting new earrings. They're going to be silver hoops, I believe. I'm going to pick them up next week. And I have a similar but different bracelet on the other wrist now. There we go. Oh, tattoos. These are not new. I have inertia and entropy. This is everything keeps going. This is everything stops. So entropy on my left, inertia on my right. I should do a tattoo tour video at some point. I have quite a few. Anyways, other shifts that are happening. I have decided not to do makeup if I can get away with that. I've been wearing foundation in almost all of the videos. I tend to get very red right through here, like sort of almost like a Band-Aid or something, or a splotch out of the middle of my, across my nose and upper cheeks. It's not too bad right now, and this light and the camera settings clean it up a little bit. But yeah, I get red here, and I usually cover that, and I'm not sure how the facial hair shouldn't interfere with it because it doesn't tend to get down this low. Usually was doing eyeliner. I'm not right now. That I think is going to be consistent for the season. My eyes have been bothering me. You've probably noticed them wearing my readers more. That is, I have a chronic eye inflammation issue, and my contacts are rough to wear sometimes. And I have had to increase, go up a couple of steps with my readers in the last few months, which I'm probably going to end up going back before the winter is over and seeing my optometrist and possibly, maybe, getting new glasses. So the green ones might be back. I'll probably get a new pair. So I will be able to do more close-up work. My prescription glasses don't have the same reader. They're not bifocals. So close-up work like the computer is difficult for me in those. Things that I'm doing for the seasonal shifts. As I said, the summer was muscle shirts and bandanas. The fall was the necklace and button-down shirts. And the winter is going to be whatever I have, whatever I need, sweaters, button-downs, muscle shirts, etc., black. I'm going monochrome for the winter. And I always do silver or surgical steel in this case, or whatever. I do non-gold for my jewelry. And yeah, so that is sort of the aesthetic part of things. I am going to continue with my pronouns of I use she, her. I accept whatever. They, them is perfectly comfortable. Especially with me growing in facial hair, I'm going to end up getting he, him. I understand that. It's not correct, but it's not worth getting upset over. I mean, I am literally growing a beard. So, I can't blame someone for, a stranger for going, hey, excuse me, sir, to me. I mean, I have done the beard thing in the past. I lived in Rhode Island for a year, 5 years ago, and grew a full beard and was wearing a men's suit. I was binding my chest and wearing a men's suit to work and working as a man. I was working in hospitality as a event manager at a hotel, and it was, frankly, it was easier than trying to, I'm dealing with 3 groups of people who are very stressed and very busy, 3 groups of people every week for a year, I don't need to have that conversation 200 times because someone's going to get confused or upset or angry, and it was just easier to, wear a bow tie, put on a suit, call it a day. So I've done that. I know I can grow a beard. I'm going to do a slightly different, it's not quite a goatee. I think it's called a barboa or something. A bilboa. Sort of grow this out here, but not connect it. I've done that in the past too. That was sort of, as the beard was going away, it just got smaller and smaller and smaller. That's sort of what I'm going for now. This is only 3 days of hair growth, so this will fill in, but we'll see. I am noticing a little bit more white in here since last time I had a beard. Getting old. Let's see, what else? Wearing a bra. I've not worn a bra since last winter, I want to say. That's going to be new. So that is that. Gender and sexuality often get conflated. They're different. I identify as a lesbian. I identified as a lesbian when I was wearing a suit and had a full beard. I've been a he/him lesbian before. People I'm interested in won't change. I identify, as I said lesbian, but I also use queer because things like heterosexual, homosexual, even gay gets complicated because same as what, different, opposite of what. I can't be in a same gender relationship if I don't know what my gender is, kind of vibe. So that's where I am at there. That doesn't change. That's been constant. And let's see, what else? Talk about Metamorphosis media. The reason it's Metamorphosis media is those ships, those metamorphoses, the shifts, the transitions. I am in a regimented, scheduled cycle of shifting and changing. Thus, the title Metamorphosist media. I got a degree in media studies. My primary focus was the depiction of diversity and the representation. To make a long story short, that's sort of why I am doing this. I am still a little cringy about my voice, still a little uncomfortable about appearing on camera, doing much better, but I am trying to get myself out there because frankly, I enjoy GeoGuessr. I enjoy the games that I've played, Sims. I did a little bit of Sims content. I was back when I was on Twitch, and Cyberpunk. And especially with GeoGuessr and Cyberpunk, there are no feminine voices, never mind queer ones. And not that I'm a feminine voice per se, but there's no one quite like me that I've been able to find. The Sims community is the opposite. It's almost entirely women, which that's a whole other ball of wax. But I am trying to get myself out there. I am a genderqueer trans woman. I was diagnosed on the autism spectrum. I have ADHD. It's medicated. It's doing its thing. I have I don't qualify for disability, but I have disabilities. I have fibromyalgia. I have a chronic eye problem that's made me miss a lot of work when I was working. I do this full time. I'm going to end up getting a job soon for financial reasons. As a sort of spoony medical issue, disabled fibromyalgia sufferer who's queer, genderqueer, and also, frankly, older than most of the people I see doing this stuff, I feel it's important to sort of broaden the people doing the work. I've always felt that being open and being present is hard. I'm introverted. I'm not great with crowds. I've gotten much better over the years. Isolation, because of what's been going on for the last couple of years, has made that more difficult again. But growing up, there wasn't anyone who I could look at and say, that person, I feel like I'm that person. And I want to give that opportunity to someone else if need be. representation matters, and that's a big part of why I am insisting that I be on camera now. And that's why I am not just, growing out my hair, not saying anything. I'm growing out my hair. My hair color is going to change the next week probably. But it is, everything is intentional. Everything is deliberate. Everything is in pursuit of comfort and discovering who I am. But it also reminding me that this isn't everything. This is temporary. This is me now. In 3 months, I might cut all my hair off again. Probably not. Growing it out takes forever. My hair grows very slowly. But in 3 months, I'll probably shave. In 3 months, I might wear makeup again. 3 months, I might change my name. I don't know. I've had Alex is my legal name. I've had 4 legal names. One was through a divorce. My last name changed. But it's my 3rd first name. And I can't say it'll be forever. I mean, I've been Alex for 5 years. I'm 47. So it's tricky, and things are subject to change. I do have a background in sexuality education and that sort of thing. I worked for the largest LGBT organization in my state. Before that, I did safe space training for the college I was attending at the time. I've presented at conferences and that sort of thing. I have a background in education. I understand it's not my job to teach you things, Google it, but I find personally that you're not going to find the things you need to know that pertain to me through Google, because everything is personal and everything is personalized. So if you look up trans woman, I technically am a trans woman, but I am not what Google's going to tell you. And if you look up genderqueer, any of those things, it's not going to make sense. So that said, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you want just to say something, as long as you're respectful, go ahead and put it in the comments. I welcome questions, and I want to get, as I said, I want to get representation matters, and I want to get this out there. So anyways, things have changed. Things are changing, and I will look different in next week's videos than I did in last week's videos. And it will be pretty noticeable and significant within the season, because I'm doing all black. It may become more consistent. Like every shoot in January, I might be wearing a black sweater because, I live in New England and there's snow on the ground and it's sweater weather. Thank you for watching. I will be back Wednesday, tomorrow, for regular GeoGuessr content, Worldwide Wednesday. And thanks for watching. Take care.